Hey folks, welcome back. So we're doing something a bit different today. I think this is my first ever proper RPG unboxing video. What you see in front of you here in this big massive box is from Free League. They had a big Midsummer Sale, 50% off of a bunch of really good stuff. Unfortunately, all the Alien stuff that was on sale I already had, but they had a big sale on Bladerunner and Vaesen. Vaesen is like a Scandinavian horror RPG, and I love my horror RPGs. So I picked up a big stack of stuff for a really, really good price. So let's take a look at what we got. I'm really excited about this. For those of you who don't know Free League, they make really, really high quality stuff. I also have their take on the One Ring, the Tolkien RPG, the second edition. And the starter set is just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, one of the most beautiful in my collection, next to Alien. So we've got a receipt, which you don't need to see. Got some lovely packing material. Oops, sorry, bumped in the camera. We've got a Vaesen card deck. 33 high quality custom cards. These beautifully illustrated cards show Vaesen that can be encountered in play and cards for keeping track of initiative and combat. So we have 10 initiative cards, 23 Vaesen cards, okay? Then we have the Vaesen custom dice set. So this system uses a variant of the in-house system at Free League, which is their Year Zero system. And we got a bunch of Vaesen things here nicely wrapped up. We'll pull these out of the old bubble wrap here. If I can find the weak spot. There it is. Yeah. Okay. So in here we have the GM screen, which is upside down. There you go. We have Mythic Britain and Ireland maps and handouts. And we have the Mythic Britain and Ireland sourcebook. Lovely cover on that. Of course, once I get everything out of the box, I'll change the angles here so you can actually see what's going on. And I'll try to stop banging the camera somehow. Ugh. We've got some more bubble wrap here to sort out. Alright, what we got here? Okay. Now we have, looks like a bit of Bladerunner. So we have a Bladerunner GM screen. I'm bumping the camera so much. Yeah, Game Runners screen. Okay, so they like to have new names for the GM, I guess. Then we have the Vaesen core rulebook, which is actually a lot thicker than I expected. I think it's not that many actual pages, but the feel of the cover is absolutely lovely. It's got that linen finish, and the artwork is stunning, beautiful. Alright, and then we've got the Bladerunner role-playing game, core rules. You can see there. Very lovely. And I guarantee you the inside of the books will be just as, if not more lovely than the outside. So I expect this last bit should be the Bladerunner starter set. They don't have a starter set for Vaesen. Oddly enough, they seem to do it for the, maybe because this is a more specialist game line, they thought it wouldn't take off, but it feels like it's doing pretty well. They've got not just the Mythic Britain and Ireland supplement, but there's a couple others as well, with more coming down the pipeline, so I think it's doing really well. Now we've got the massive Bladerunner starter set. There we go. Look at that. Alright, now we'll get this box out of the way. And we'll take a quick look through all this cool stuff here, shall we? Move the box cutter so I don't kill myself. And we'll shed a bit of light on the subject. How's that? Well, actually, you know what? Yeah, let's do that. There we go. All right. So, first off, we'll start with the small things first. Take a look at the Vaesen dice set. So we get 6d6, looks like. 6 engraved, 6-sided dice. Designed specifically for the Vaesen role-playing game. 16mm special dice designed to support the game mechanics. Can be used as normal 6-sided dice as well. So I think it's just to have a nice design for the 6. Basically, that's the only real thing. In the Year Zero system, as in we saw in Alien, it's a more complex variant since you have stress dice in that one as well. Basically, a 6 counts as a success. A lot of packaging for 6 dice. I do have to say that. But they do look nice. I can feel that they're engraved as well, which is always good. It means they're in it for the long haul. And they're very nicely packed in here. Okay. Lovely. There we go. Okay. So there we have 6 special Vaesen D6s. And it does indeed seem to be that the 6s alone are the special bit. We've got a swirly symbol there. I'm sure that means something important within the game itself. But we'll find out later. And where's the other small thing? There was cards. There we go. Okay. So the card deck, which has 10 initiative cards and 23 Vaesen cards. Vaesen are the kind of mythical Scandinavian monsters that you encounter in this investigative horror-based game. I've heard some really interesting things about it. And I did have a look at the PDFs because Free League, like many of the major RPG publishers these days, they have a very excellent PDF policy. Basically, whatever you buy, you get a PDF for free, which is cool. And they're really nicely done with bookmarks and all the rest of it. How on earth do I open this is the question. There is a line I can see. So there must be some sort of weak spot where I can extract these. Well, screw it. We'll do it my way. Alright, there we go. Okay. See, we always get there in the end, don't we? They don't make it easy to open these, but I guess it does keep them secure in shipping. It looked like there was a customs note on the invoice there, so maybe they did actually come all the way from Sweden. I'm not entirely sure. Although it says, it's a UK warehouse, so I don't know. Alright. So what have we got here, eh? I'm sure we're going to get some lovely artwork. Oh, more plastic. You gotta be kidding me. At least this one I can see easily where to open it. Okay. I'm sorry, Oceans. Too much plastic. Alright. So we have initiative cards. If I don't miss my guess, they should just be simply numbered 1 to 10. You deal them out to mark initiative during combat and stuff. Just a nice player aid sort of thing. Then we've got our Vaesen, which are the mythical beasties. Got the Ash Tree Wife. Interestingly, no stats, just some background. So I guess the stats are probably just for the GM. The Church Grim. It's created by killing an animal and burying it inside the church wall. Most take the form of a dog, rooster, cat, or horse. They are fierce and ruthless. They have the power to raise spirits from the graveyard in the form of black birds. Okay, we've got fairies. One thing, fairies are actually pretty messed up in the proper old tales. For example, people who anger them are either bitten or infected with disease, and even when the fairies are in a good mood, they can bite the fingers of small children and feed on their blood. Lovely. We've got ghosts. Spirits of dead people who have not found peace, of course. They're often tied to a certain place. They make themselves known through drops in temperature, strange noises, and the flames of fires and candles turning blue. Cool. Alright, we'll try and speed through the rest of these. Just wanted to give you a taste there. So, some kind of enormous pig, the Glosson, a giant. Wow, he is huge. I gotta tell you, these illustrations are fantastic. We've got the Lindworm, some kind of serpentine dragon-like thing. Got a mermaid, also generally a lot more messed up in the tails. Okay, that's a scary kid. Let's go past that. The neck. No idea what that is. Nissi, looks like some kind of evil gnome. The Revenant. Okay, another kind of corpsey type thing. I absolutely love the art style here. Spertus. Okay, some kind of messed up insect. We've got trolls. Vaetier. That's an interesting guy. He's got a frog for a friend, at least. So he can't be too large. Werewolf. Now there's a classic. Will-o'-the-Wisp. There's another classic. The Woodwife. No idea what that is. Brook Horse. The Mare. Wow, that's horrendous looking. Sea Serpent. That's very cool. I like that. The Night Raven. Wow. And the Kraken. Release the Kraken. That's cool. He looks kind of goofy down here with little arms and legs kind of uselessly dangling, but he's got this massive betentacled head. It looks like a sort of dorky Cthulhu. Very nice. Well, beautiful cards. Definitely would be great to hand those out to players so they know what they're up against once they've presumably worked out what they're actually investigating. So, since we're on a Vaesen kick, let's keep going that way. We'll start with the maps, handouts, and the GM screen down below. Oh boy. Oh, this is heavy. Ooh. Okay. There we go. So, we've got maps and handouts for the Mythic Britain and Ireland, including a double-sided full-color print of Francesca Berald's magnificent map of Mythic Britain and Ireland, and a map of London on the other, and a set of printed handouts. Okay, so I'll try to spare you any spoilage from the handouts. I'll just quickly flick through what's in here. Oh man, they don't mess around with this packaging, I'll tell you what. Alright, I'm going to have to use the knife again, and try not to slice anything important, such as my finger or the game material itself. Okay, I've got an opening, that's something. There we go. We're making progress, people. You know, I'm still working on my whole YouTube thing, so. Okay. There we go. More plastic. Okay, so. Oh, that's interesting. So, we've got a village in North Wales, which presumably is part of one of the mysteries in the book. And Hampstead, North London. We've got a letter, Edgar Longby's letter. We've got a newspaper clipping, Dr. Evans' letter, and another newspaper clipping. And we have Amelia Beddoes' letter. These are all handouts for mysteries within the supplement. Then we've got some kind of statement and a photograph. And now we're going to have a proper map here. So we'll get a mythic version of Britain. Oh, look at that. That is gorgeous. Yeah. We've got ships in the sea plying their trade. We've got the Isles of Scilly down here. There's some mermaids down that way. We've got Stonehenge, London, Birmingham, Cambridge, Lincoln, York, Leeds, Middlesbrough, all the way up to Glasgow and Edinburgh. further up into Scotland, including the Outer Hebrides, the Orkneys. Oh, they've even got the Shetlands. Oh, that's lovely. But there's a sea serpent there. So, you know, presumably we have to be careful of that. And we've got Ireland over here as well. And yeah, they're reasonably detailed. I mean, I've been to a lot of places over the years. I've been living in this part of the world for half my life now. And yeah, I've been to Waterford, I've been to Dublin. I've been all around England. Lots of places I've been are here on the map. Used to live in Southampton, Leeds. Been to York, been to so many places. Lived in Middlesbrough, live in Glasgow now. Just gorgeous, love that. And the paper's beautiful, heavy stock, nice quality. Now we've got a map of London here. I'll try and get it the right way up. There we go. So we can see the Thames plying its way through the middle. And there's a few key locations pointed out. So we've got Lambeth Palace, Westminster Abbey, St. James Palace, Trafalgar Square, British Museum, Botanical Gardens. So I'm guessing that anywhere that might be of interest in the adventure is probably marked out. Even some of the train stations are highlighted. But surely some of these will be red herrings. I think not all of this will be necessary in your investigations. But yeah, I love this old school style of map. Does tickle me. And then we just have a nice piece of cardboard to kind of keep everything nice and flat. So we'll hang on to that. So I can keep everything together. I like to be organized with these things as much as possible. Now we'll take a look at the GM screen, which appears to be in landscape format. I would say I slightly prefer, how do I say, portrait format, but Free Leagues likes landscape, so, and the production quality, of course, is always very high, so not a big deal, but, and we also have a map of the mythic north, i.e. Scandinavia, it says, and the town of Uppsala on the other. Very cool. So let's look at the map first. Here's the mythic north. Oh, lovely. Lofoten, I've been there. Tromsø, been there. Narvik, I've been there. Trondheim, been there. What about Røros? Is that on there? Oh, no, I mean, that certainly existed at the time, but yeah, Bergen's there, Stavanger, Rondal, Tunsberg, Oslo, Kristianstad, yeah. Interesting. Oh yeah, Oslo was Christiana at the time. I forgot about that. Hedal, yeah. So there's not much going on in the inlands of Norway, but that is pretty accurate still today. It's mostly mountains, very scattered communities. We've got Sweden. At this time, they would have been one big blob, so Norway hadn't achieved independence yet. I think we were in the 18th century or something in this game. I don't really know. We can see Denmark down here at the bottom as well. And, yeah, and a bit of Finland over there. Helsingfors, as it's called here. Finland, of course, has a large Swedish-speaking minority, as well as the native Finnish speakers. So, lots of interesting, Scandinavia is a very interesting place. If none of you visited, I strongly recommend it. If you're an outdoors person, a visit to Norway, in my view, is absolutely essential. It's the most stunning country I've ever been to, and I'm in love with it desperately. Now we have a map of Uppsala. So this is going to be a town featured in the core book, Adventures, and we have some key spots: the castle, University Hospital, Uppsala Universitet, Castle Gillenkreuz, Uppsala Cathedral, Central Station, Uppsala Asylum, giving a bit of that Cthulhu flavor here. Botanical Garden and Olympus. What's Olympus? Number 9. Where is that? Oh, this thing. Okay, whatever that is. That's Olympus. So yeah. Again, beautiful cartography. Very, very wonderfully high quality paper as always. I mean, all the starter tests and stuff I've had from Free League are just absolute top drawer in terms of the quality of all the components, including all the maps, player handouts, all that kind of stuff. They do not skimp. Usually pay a little bit more, but not as much as you would expect compared to something like a Cthulhu starter set. Now, as for the Game Master screen itself, first we'll look at the artwork side. So we've got this kind of iconic, creepy water creature on the player-facing side, which really sets an interesting atmosphere. On the flip side, we have the basic tables needed for the GM. So, running a mystery step-by-step, questions for experience points, skills. So we've got agility, close combat, force, medicine, range combat, stealth, investigation, learning, vigilance, inspiration, manipulation, and observation. Difficulty, okay, so if you get normal difficulty is 1 success, challenging 2, difficult 3. Fear value, okay, so if a situation is scary, you get a fear value of 1. Terrible, you get a fear value of 2. Unbearable is 3. Interesting. Then we got some stats for basic animals. Typical skills for NPCs. NPC conditions, so their physical toughness and mental toughness varies depending on whether they're a minor NPC, somebody who's important enough to be named, or a unique NPC who's a key part of the story, I would guess. Then we got slow and fast actions for combat, which is handy. Cheat sheet for medical care, so how long you need for various medical services and what they can do for you. The protection level provided by different types of cover. Protection and agility malices provided by different types of armor. Then we have enchantments, curses, and trollcraft. Cool, so there's some magic happening in this game. Oh, fantastic. So it seems like these are just examples to kind of get your motor running if you're coming up with an idea for enchantments, curses, or trollcraft. But that's really cool. I wonder if it's kind of a freeform magic system or if it's more mechanical driven. I don't really know. In fact, let's go ahead and look at the core rulebook real quick, just to flip through at lightning speed, I promise. I mean, that cover is just fantastic. Just a sort of dreamy watercolor effect on the end papers here. So, what do we got? Yeah, I mean, it's quite a short rulebook. We've got first chapter introduction, Vaesen in a nutshell, your player character, skills, skill tests, talents, conflict and injuries, the society, the mythic north and Uppsala, Vaesen, the mystery campaign structure, the dance of dreams, which must be like an intro adventure, and then background tables, all within 214 pages. So it's compact, but I mean, just look at how gorgeous the layout is. The artwork is, look at that pug. I mean, I love Free League so much. They honestly produce the most beautiful things. So these are your character types, I guess. You can be an academic, doctor, a hunter, occultist, very cool, officer, priest, private detective, servant. Oh, look at that guy. He's got some kind of poison with a skull in it. Oh, I love this. A vagabond, a writer. Cool. Then we have, there's a lovely silk bookmark, of course, because that is a Free League staple as well. And we got a chapter on skills, what they do, how to work with them in games, then talents, injuries, holding, wrestling, fleeing, chasing, critical injuries. Wow, you can have caved in forehead, cracked skull. This is a bit reminding me of Alien, where, so I think it must be a quite similar system, where critical hits lead to some rolls on the old crit table. Then there's healing. Oop, I missed a bit of artwork. Oh, that's lovely. So that must be the The Society, an organization made up of people with the sight that for centuries devoted itself to studying and banishing Vaesen. Okay. So I guess that's who you are as player characters. Part of the Society. Oh, and so this is... Okay, so there's some handy contacts. Famous and infamous texts. Which reminds me a bit of Cthulhu, Call of Cthulhu. Which I do intend to cover again, by the way, more, because I do love that game. Then we've got the Mythic North. We've got a mini version of the map. Life in the city of Uppsala. More beautiful artwork. Then we've got some stuff about the magic system, which I'm very interested in. Rules for Vaesen, so they clearly behave very differently from players. Got a whole chapter to themselves. They can have magic items. Oh, and then we got the background and stats for the Vaesen themselves, which I'll just merrily skip through just to show you some lovely artwork. They were obviously on the card, so we've seen that on a smaller scale. But this will have the details of what they actually do in game terms and mechanical terms. And then we get into the structure of mystery. Oh, that's a beautiful image as well. Look at that. Wow. I'm in love. I'm in love already. Oh, and there's a fairy hidden amongst the cherries there, or whatever that is. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning, I must say. And yeah, lots of life event tables. So I guess there's kind of a life path character generation. I always like that. And then we got the character sheet, which itself looks pretty nice, actually. So you got space for relationships, talents, advantages, insights and defects, equipment, armor, weapons, mementos, skill values, conditions. You can be exhausted, battered, wounded, or broken. Or you can be angry, frightened, hopeless, or broken mentally. You have 4 attributes. And then you have the Vaesen headquarters sheet. So you can upgrade your headquarters of the society. That's cool. Oh, so there's a real, kind of built-in long-term aspect to this. Love it. Wow, I'm very impressed. I mean, I knew it was only going to be a relatively short book, but they really went all out in the production quality. I mean, the paper is so thick. Everything looks stunning. All right. Now we'll move on to Mythic Britain and Ireland. Do a quick page through as well. I mean, I had to get this because, I live in Britain, so, I used to spend a lot of time in Ireland as well. So I do love these isles, these rainy isles. We've got a smaller reproduction of the map there. Oh, let's see what's the general flow here. Where's the table of contents? Ooh. Again, the paper is absolutely wonderful. So we're about 150 pages for the supplement. So we start off just covering Mythic Britain and Ireland, the society, I guess, in these isles. Got some new creatures. Old Meg, the Lantiwil incident, and the Hampstead group. And handouts, cool. So it looks like we've got some background stuff, some new archetypes and stuff that you can play with. Some new Vaesen, which are now just called supernatural creatures because we're in the English-speaking world. And then we have, looks like a few mysteries. Fantastic. So we'll just quickly have a flip through. I'm sure there's going to be lots more. Oh yeah, look at that. Old school city life. Oh, that's gross. What is that? The Blackley Boggart. Okay. London, Heart of the Empire, Houses of Parliament. So this is covering the locations we see in the map, of course, which we had an included bonus pack. Now we have some default NPC characters for when you need them. Some celebrities you can run into. And, oh, that is creepy. There's a baby in that crib. Yikes. And we've got some interesting places to visit. We've got the society. Who's that? Well, that's from the cover. Scary, though. So the history of society in the Isles. Rose House. We've got new archetypes, so you can be an athlete, an entertainer, ooh, magician, a socialite, oh, very, what is it called, Bridgerton of you. Then we got our new Vaesen, which have different capabilities. We've got the Banshee, Black Dog, Boggart, Dullahan, some of these I know. Glaystig, don't know that one. Hag, of course I know that one. Knocker, don't know that one. Leprechaun, yeah, they're creepy bastards, aren't they? Nukkalavi, yep, they're very disgusting. Pixies, little pranksters. Pukas, and ooh, I missed one. Red caps, so some more kind of fae type creatures. They got Selkies, so they're kind of half person, half seal. And actually, it says you can use some of the Vaesen from the core book in Britain and Ireland as well, in a pretty sensible way. It gives him tips. And then we're into the adventures, which I will merrily skip through because spoilers. Yeah. Again, gorgeous. Love it. Can't wait to play it. Now, let's do... First, we'll check out the GM screen for Bladerunner, which again is in landscape format. I'm just going in order of item size. That's my way of doing things. I guess that's from my puzzle unboxing background. I usually open the small ones first and the big impressive one last. I'm not sure that entirely makes sense for RPGs, but you know, we're just giving it a go, just seeing how we do here. Alright, so we have a little promo blurb here. Martin Grip's outwork on the outside, important information on the inside, while keeping the game runner's plans hidden from the eyes of inquisitive players. But it does not have any extra guff with it like the Vaesen one. So we have on the we'll start with the inside this time first. We've got attribute scores, which are done by letter and die type. That's interesting. Oh yeah, because this game uses a new variation of the Year Zero system, apparently. The points cost for improving skills, skill levels, time units, combat actions you can take, range categories from engaged to extreme, stress factors. So I guess you are getting stress imposed on you like an alien. This is Game Center in Japanese. That's interesting. Explosions with their blast power and crit potential. Critical stress effects. LAPD resource requests. Okay. And we have critical injuries, crushing weapons, critical injuries for piercing weapons. Cool. And on the player-facing side, we have very atmospheric artwork here. The rainy streets of future LA with some kind of scary flying thing. Very atmospheric, very cool as usual, and again, quality 100% top notch, as one has come to expect from the Free League folk. Now we'll look at the core rulebook. Yeah. There we go. Beautiful cover artwork. Very, very fancy. Now, this was funded via Kickstarter. And actually, I'm glad I didn't buy in on that because with this sale, I got everything super cheap. Content warning. The Blade Runner franchise deals with dark and existential themes, and this role-playing game is no different. The stories told in this game to be violent, distressing, and raise issues relating to personal morals. This is not a game for children. Okay, fair enough. Time to live or time to die. Okay. So you'll propel players into the streets of Los Angeles as Blade Runners with unique specialties, personalities, and memories. Alright, so this game line just started. So we really just kind of have the core and the starter at this point. We've got a lovely map of LA in whatever the hell year this is. I don't know if they've gone for the timeline of the original film or if we're in the 2049 era or somewhere in between. But let's just take a quick little flip through. So we've got a lovely alien style visual here for the Table of contents, we've got sort of background material, your Blade Runner, so I guess that's character building, skills and specialties, combat and chases, A Tale of Two Cities, powers that be, so those are government agencies. Then we got using your assets, your stuff to work a case. Tools of the trade, so that'll be gear. Everything from arms and armory to synthetic support, public transport, etc. And then the GM section for running Blade Runner. So everything nicely put together in glossy 240 pages or so. So again, I mean, I'll have a good look at this another day, and we'll come back and take a look at it another time. 2037, there we go. That's where we're set. Yeah, I mean, as always, the book looks beautiful. The layout and design is evocative of the theme. We get these lovely 2-page spreads. Okay, there's a nice summary here of the character design process. You're building on your core concepts. You could be a secret replicant. That's cool. I'm going to really have to dig into this because this is going to be my first brush with this new version of the Year Zero system, where you've got different die besides D6. So you can get promotion and humanity. City speaker. Okay, so these are character archetypes, I suppose. Key attribute empathy. Key skills, mobility, connections, insight. Chin Yen points D8. Okay, yeah, I've got no idea what's going on here. Doxy. Okay. Enforcer. These are all archetypes. Fixer. Inspector. Oops. Gone too far. And Skimmer. Is that the last one? Yeah, Skimmer. Yeah, he looks a bit seedy, doesn't he, with his whiskey and cigar. Then we've got skills and specialties. Rolling dice. There's successes, critical successes, and a lovely thing that more games should do where they give you basically probability tables to tell you your chances of success on an initial roll, depending on what your attribute and skill is. Then your opposed rolls, all that kind of good mechanical stuff. Then we get into combat stuff, critical injuries, which we saw as well on the GM screen. Chase maneuvers you can do. Then we're getting into details of the city, the culture, the climate, the downtown, Sector 5. It's got loads of detail. We got landmarks, place to hang out, beyond downtown, so the San Diego. You can even travel off-world. Okay. Powers that be. So government agencies, the UN, the LA Justice Department, off-world immigration, colonization defense, Corps TV, entertainment, periodicals, syndicate, street gangs, criminal enterprises of all types, replicant underground, counterfeits and chop shops, white-collar crime, traffickers, the Wallace Corporation. Okay. There's a background on some of these. Then the life of the replicant. Cool. Got a kind of in-universe newspaper here. The Independent Sentinel. Now about working the case, resources, leveraging assets, standard procedures, tools of the trade. So we're in gear now. We got various. Oh, look at that. There's quite a lot of detail on the guns. Different kinds of damage depending on the type of bullet. You can use rifle rounds, sonic rounds, 44 special. Different ranges, different crit die, different damage. Huh. I didn't expect that for some reason. But yeah, I guess gear is pretty important. I mean, Blade Runner definitely falls into the kind of cyberpunk-ish genre, and gear is always a helpful thing in the cyberpunk game, and a big thing. Oh, look at that. Detective Special Spinner. Wow, that's an impressive vehicle. We got a few variants of that. Spinner cycles. Oh, I'm very excited about this. I love Cyberpunk. I love Blade Runner. I love Free League. Oh man, very cool. And then we got our character sheets. Key memories, key relationships, appearances. Then we've got ratings and base die and strength, agility, intelligence, and empathy with various skills underneath those. And we have specialties, signature items, max health, critical injuries, resolve, maximum resolve, gear, weapons, armor, promotion points, humanity points, Chin-yen points. Must be some kind of currency. And then time report. So you got to do police paperwork. That's kind of funny. Yeah, cool. All right. I'm hyped. Very, very different vibes from Vaesen, but that's what I was looking for. Now we'll pop open the gigantic starter set, which I've heard is, as usual, chock to the brim with cool stuff. And then we are out of here for today, folks. And thank goodness, because this was kind of an impulse buy situation. I didn't know there was a sale on. And then I checked RPG.net or somewhere, and they said, oh, Midsummer Sale, free leak. And I thought, oh no, here we go. Yep, as always, the box is beautifully thick, very, very heavy. So what does it say we get? 80-page condensed rulebook, 56-page booklet, Electric Dreams, the first full-length case file, 4 pre-gen characters, huge full-color map of Los Angeles in 2037, 26 full-color evidence handouts, a custom manila envelope for the players to keep their evidence in, time tracker sheet, 70 high-quality custom cards for NPCs, chase maneuvers, and initiative, 8 engraved transparent custom dice, 2 each of D6, D8, D10, and D12. Cool. Alright, we're not going to go through all that stuff because that would just be madness. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cards here. We have the Free League catalog. We have the new dice. Look at these. Alright, so I'm guessing the eyeball is good. Yeah, because that's equivalent to... Wait, is it? Yeah, that's a 6. 8, 9, 10, you get a double eyeball, so that must be a crit or something. On the D12s, you get double eyeballs on the 11 and 12, so those must be crits. I know I'm just kind of guessing. And then a horse on a 1, that must be bad. So I guess the higher the dice you get, it's not just about, you know, more chances of success. You know, you can get a success from like 6 onwards with the D12, but you also have a lot more chances to get a double success, which obviously is going to make a big, big difference. That's cool. I like that. I mean, it kind of feels like an intuitive extension of the system. All right, we'll look at the cards quickly in a minute because I can't resist. We'll just quickly flip through the other stuff. We got the condensed rules. I'm presuming this will just be basically the key stuff from the core rulebook with the lore stripped out. That's normally what these things are. But, I mean, again, beautiful, perfect bound, full color, stylish, you know, high quality paper. That's the Free League way. Then we have Electric Dreams, which is the actual mystery. So I will flip through it very, very quickly just to show you. So there's loads and loads of bits and bobs happening, handouts, people, suspects, locations, maps of secondary locations. I think there's going to be quite a lot of play in this. I mean, judging by the Alien box sets, I think it will be. Here we have our special manila envelope, and it seems there's stuff in here. So these are our various handouts, I suppose. Yeah, I don't want to really show these because if you go and buy this, it'll be spoiler city. But rest assured, there are many handouts, and they're on very high quality paper. Then we have our pre-gens. Okay, and maps, it looks like. See, these boxes are so packed, it's actually hard to get everything out. All right. So, we've got Willem Novak, and he's got his stats filled in on the other side. We've got Olsen Bakker, his stats on the other side. We've got FN9 2.36 Fenna, so a replicant, I must suppose. And Percival, who was also appears to be a replicant. Then we have some case notes. We've got a map of a Jupiter moon bus. The area around the Hollywood sign. Wow. Headquarters of Kill Magazine. Apartment 16. Apartment 52. The Memory Lab. LAPD. Okay. Anemoid Row. Wow. And then we have the big old Los Angeles map, which we've kind of seen already. Oh God, there's a lot of stuff in here. A lot of maps. I think this is going to be quite a complex case. My understanding is that they're going to, this is just the first case file box. It's going to be like Alien, where they did, a trilogy of cinematic box sets. And I think there's another one coming alongside the new Colonist campaign book, which is coming out fairly soon, I think in August or so. And they're going to do the same for Blade Runner. They're going to have more of these box sets, but without the dice, so they'll be thinner, and without all the cards and stuff, because you should already have those from the first case. Now, if I can open these cards in a not too ridiculous amount of time, we'll just quickly have a look at the artwork, because I do love the design of these Free League games. Okay, there we go. Yeah, but the Midsummer Sale, I think, is still going on until July the 5th. So, I'm going to post this video up as soon as I can, with errors and all, just on the off chance that some of you will buy in. So we got aerial chase obstacles, things like billboards, LAPD spinners, explosions, ground chase obstacles, roadworks, metro cabs. We're just skipping through here. Hollow ads. Wow, these cards are so thick. Really, really nice. Foot chase obstacles. Garbage. Monks. That's kind of funny. Umbrellas. Red light. Dead end. Chase maneuvers. Other. Okay. Stand and shoot. Block. Block. Hide. Okay, and then we have our initiative cards. You know how those work. We've got some mug shots. So these must be suspects. Oh God, beautiful character artwork as always. Love that. Just look at a couple more and then we'll call it a day here. Styles. And then Leah. There we go. That'll be the last one we end on. I mean, the quality of the cards, fantastic. I didn't actually take the dice out, so we'll quickly see how they feel in the hand here. We'll just get one of each, shall we? Ish. Do a D6. There we go. Feel nice. Everything's, of course, engraved. The ones are marked with this horsey, which I think is bad. Then we have eyeballs, which I assume are good. Double eyeballs, which I assume are even better. Got a lovely translucent red, so the numbers really pop. Yeah, no complaints about the dice. They look fantastic. And as always, the starter set for a Free League game is always good value, because basically you get almost the complete rules, you just don't have the lore. And then you get all these accessories, and you get an awesome adventure to play. So, I mean, you'd have to be mental to not buy them, in my opinion. If you have any interest in the game, just buy the starter set, and you are very unlikely to regret it. I still have more Alien box sets to buy, which I will do at some point, but they weren't on this sale. So I'll keep an eye out for future sales, or the next time I have a weakness and just spend a bunch of money at Dungeon Land or something. But yeah, there we go. That is my Midsummer Sale unboxing from Free League. Go to their website, check out the sale. There's an amazing amount of cool stuff. I'm really, really happy with what I got. I really wanted to get into Vaesen, and was really curious about Blade Runner and the new iteration of the Year Zero system with the multiple polyhedral dice. And yeah, I'm loving all of this. Especially the Vaesen books are truly gorgeous. And the Blade Runner starter set is fantastic. The level of quality is superb as always. So support these guys. They deserve your money. Please go check out the sale. I think it's until the 5th of July. In the meantime, I'll come back later when I've had time to check these games out in detail and talk to you a little bit more about the systems, how they work and play, and hopefully I'll have had a chance to do some actual plays, maybe some one-shot mysteries, do a Blade Runner starter set adventure with a few friends, stuff like that. But yeah, in the meantime, I hope this was helpful. It gives you an idea of what comes in these boxes if you do buy yourself some Vaesen or Bladerunner stuff from the sale. Do check out the Alien stuff on sale if you're not in the game yet. As I did a video on that before, it's a great game. If any interest in the Alien universe, the movies at all, definitely get the rulebook and stuff while it's half price, and the starter set. So don't forget about that. Anyway, until next time, I hope you are all keeping safe and happy and healthy and well. And I look forward to seeing you in the comments below in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.